We are talking the latest and worst of crazy town happenings, and they wouldn't be complete without a president yelling about food shortages, a word salad from the VP, and an announcement involving Donald Trump, Orange Man bad. Let me explain. So much yelling this week, and it's coming from big babies. Not the ones who can't get access to formula, we'll get to that in a moment, but from the other babies who spend all their time in diapers. Especially this one.
You remember those long lines you see in television? People lining up in all kinds of vehicles just to get a box of food, and then they're drunk. How could we forget? People were hurting. And what is it my crowd want to do? Forget it. Forget it.
Set it and forget it. Now it's not just Donald Trump who's so bad, but all you super, mega, ultra, squared, carry the one folks who simply don't agree with Joe Biden. And that's what Biden said when he delivered remarks after the Buffalo shooting, where a deranged, hateful 18-year-old man senselessly murdered 10 black people in a grocery store. Any common sense human understands how tragic this is, but Joe still couldn't help but lump half of the country into the category of the most fringe.
I and all of you reject the lie. I call on all Americans to reject the lie, and I condemn those who spread the lie for power, political gain, and for profit. We can do this if we resolve to do it, if we take on the haters and those who don't even care. It's just about profit and politics.
So why not call the media and all of Washington out by name? It's only because he thinks it's you, average person at home, who may disagree with him. You're the problem. We all agree that white supremacy is awful and abhorrent, and the Buffalo murderer should be convicted of every heinous act he committed. But Biden did what Biden does. Blame anyone who doesn't agree and make it a political opportunity to promote his agenda.
We can keep assault weapons off our streets. We've done it before. I did it when we passed the crime bill last time, and violence went down, shootings went down. You can't prevent people from being radicalized to violence, but we can address the relentless exploitation of the internet to recruit and mobilize terrorism.
I'm glad to see his commentary quieted down, but mea culpa for interrupting the senile humbug while he was yelling.
God, this is the United States of America. The idea that people would have to wait in line an hour and a half to get a box of food, and they're drunk. This is unbelievable.
That was the President of the United States speaking, or rather yelling, to the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers at a convention in Chicago over the weekend. So in addition to not knowing what he is saying, he clearly has no idea where he is, per always.
God bless you all.
So lost, so confused, and of course, so angry. So for today's question, who has acted like the biggest baby this past week? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and please share the video, if for nothing else, but to let people know about the baby formula shortage, and maybe they can provide some help. Now, the president may be yelling about food shortages, not the formula shortage because he doesn't know what's going on, but the vice president sure had enough word salad to fill her tummy, which brings us to... Where in the world is Kamala Ding Dong? Oh, Kamala was found at the Association of Southeast Asian Nations Special Summit. Yes, I didn't know that was a thing either. Now, either way, for the first time, it was held in Washington, D.C., and that allowed for a great photo op, which is the only thing Biden can handle these days. So much diversity up on that fake stage. Were there no black queer females available for the photo op? Who cares is the proper answer, because unlike in this country, the Southeast Asian countries are still trying to find the best candidates for the job. It's okay for them to not tick the diversity boxes, but here it's all we do. Ergo, we have Kamala Harris and a word salad about climate crisis. Her words, not mine.
We will work together and continue to work together to address these issues, to tackle these challenges, and to work together as we continue to work, operating from the new norms, rules, and agreements that we will convene to work together on to galvanize global action.
4.5. 4.5. That's the number you're looking for. She said work together that many times in but 12 seconds. On the fourth time you heard her come up with another word for together, so really the number is 5. But who cares? Meritocracy is racist, and so if you tick the intersectionality boxes in Joe's book, you get the gig. Right, Kamala? You can be nominated to be a justice on the Supreme Court. You can serve on the Federal Reserve Board of Governors. Or you can be the press secretary. With the departure of the Ginger Jen Psaki, a new press secretary was needed to circle back, one who never actually circled back.
I just want to take the opportunity to celebrate and congratulate my friend, my colleague, my partner in truth, Karine Jean-Pierre, the next White House press secretary. For anyone who does not know her, I want to provide a little bit of a primer for you, so settle in. First, as you all know, she will be the first Black woman, the first out LGBTQ plus person to serve in this role. She will give a voice to so many and allow and show so many what is truly possible when you work hard and dream big, and that matters.
But mostly the part about being a Black queer lady. Psaki forgot to mention immigrant as well, so it's business as usual with the inaccurate reporting.
My presence at this podium represents a few firsts. I am a Black, gay, immigrant woman, the first of all 3 of those to hold this position. I would not be here today if it were not for generations of barrier-breaking people before me. Representation does matter. You hear us say this often in this administration, and no one understands this better than President Biden, which is why his administration is not only the most diverse in history, it is filled with barrier-breaking women and men, from the vice president to the cabinet secretaries, to his Supreme Court nominee, to senior staff throughout this administration.
Ooh, Ms. Jean-Pierre, Katie Petrick, Healthy Republic. My question to you is, what is a woman? Now, Jean-Pierre began her tenure at the podium on Monday. How did she do on day 1 of the job?
The president's Twitter account posted the other day, "You want to bring down inflation, let's make sure the wealthiest corporations pay their fair share." Mm-hmm. How does raising taxes on corporations reduce inflation?
Are you talking about a specific tweet?
He tweeted, "You want to bring down inflation, let's make sure the wealthiest corporations pay their fair share."
Look, we have talked about this past year about making sure that the wealthiest among us are paying their fair share, and that is important to do, and that is something that the president has been working on every day when we talk about inflation and lowering costs, and so it's very important that as we're seeing costs rise, as we're talking about how to build a America that's safe, that's equal for everyone and doesn't leave everyone behind. That is an important part of that as well.
Right. I think she's been hanging out, making salads with Kamala Ding Dong. Fine. But can you address the very real shortage on formula? Because surely we can all agree that babies need to eat.
Who's running point on the formula issue at the White House? You mentioned the White House is involved.
I at the White House, I don't know. I can find out for you and get you a person who's running point, but I don't have a person in it.
She giggles about moms and dads not being able to feed their babies. Let's go back to Psaki for this one, as she comments on how the plant was just shut down from making formula after 2 babies died, though there is no evidence of contamination at the plant that was shut down. But anyway, Jen?
It does seem like we should have seen this coming, that maybe the FDA could have done more on the baby formula shortage. The whistleblower who used to work at that Sturgis plant warned the FDA top officials about safety concerns in October, but they didn't interview that whistleblower until December. The inspection wasn't until January 31st. The recall happened February 17th. So is that timeline acceptable to the White House? And if not, what is the White House doing to correct that at the FDA?
I'm sure there will be plenty of time to take a look at if there are any issues that could have been improved here. I don't have any specific analysis of that at this moment in time.
But straight out of that horse's mouth, the administration is making this a top priority, like 7 months later, when the shortage is very real. At least the shortage is very real to all of the babies born in this country, maybe not the ones coming into it.
But I would also note that we also think it's morally the right thing to do. This is a difference from the last administration. It is the law, but we believe that when children and babies, or babies I should say, are crossing the border with a family member, that providing them formula is morally right. And so we certainly support the implementation of it.
Again, not the babies born here. I mean, those babies that are allowed to be born here, which goes against everything the far left desires. And it's always about what they desire, what they cry about, give ear-piercing screams about, and what they poop in their diapers about. But we've had enough of you, Joe Biden. Those who haven't had enough of Joe are the record number of migrants arriving at the southern border this past month. It's a new record. A whopping 234,088 people traveled across the border, and 117,989 were told, hey, you go on your merry way. And to add fuel to the fire, which is probably cheaper than putting it in your vehicle at this point, gas prices hit $4 or more per gallon in all 50 states for the first time ever. Now that's the unity Joe promised us. I'm sure we'll hear from Jean-Pierre on both of these actually important issues, but for now, let's have Ginger Jen give one last comment before she is gone from spinning for the Biden administration from behind the podium to spinning for the Biden administration from behind the desk at MSNBC.
When you've served, as the president has, as vice president for 8 years, you're pretty clear-eyed about the fact that leading the country means that the buck stops with you and that every challenge we face is on your desk. And he's very aware of that.
Bye, Felicia. See you on MSNBC. And now it appears that Jen is not the only one leaving. Well, I guess leaving at some point. In true flip-flopping fashion, that is, Anthony Fauci, the greatest doctor to ever doctor, the Fauci made a blistering announcement. If Donald Trump becomes president in 2024, Anthony Fauci will leave the White House. There's only one thing left to say about that gift that kept on giving for the past 2 years.
And I want to look him straight in the eye, and I want to tell him what a cheap, lying, no-good, rotten, four-flushing, low-life, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, hopeless, heartless, fat, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey shit he is. Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
Clark should have asked Fauci where the Tylenol is since, he's a doctor, but hallelujah. The announcement of possibly leaving is the smartest thing that has come out of the doctor's mouth probably ever. Now, I don't know what 2024 will bring, but if it means he's not in the federal government, then God bless America. So we have a plethora of babies crying. And then we have our infants who don't have formula. We are supposed to protect the most innocent, and right now this country is pushing to kill those babies, trying to make it into the world, and we can't feed the babies who made it through the birth canal. More than ever, keep focused on what is important: faith, family, and friends. Also, please share this video to spread that message. Until next time, stay healthy, America.